want to talk to you about Dummy Hoy. Most hearing people think it's dumb or stupid like that, but I sign it like stubborn Hoy. His full name is William Ellsworth Hoy. Nickname is Dummy Hoy. I'm a researcher, counselor on the Hoy Committee with AAD, American Athletics for the Deaf. Let me back up. Let me show you my business card. Here it is. The business card, I don't use a baseball picture. I use it of Dummy Hoy because you know the quote that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, I changed it to a picture on a business card is worth 1,000 words. I've done some research on Dummy Hoy and I found something interesting. I was born, 1 month later he died. Hoy was born in 1861, 1862, and he died in 1961. He was 99 and a half years old, almost 100. So he died in December, I was born in February. Hoy was the 5th deaf baseball player, but the first professional player who was deaf. I found some really, really interesting things about him. He never learned to talk, but he was very, very skilled with English writing. He was a really amazing writer in English. All of his life, he did a lot of research. He was just really skilled at English. So Hoy, with the umpire and all these different signs that the umpire used, strike for ball, you're out, Hoy made those signs up. In 1886, in minor league, he played for a team in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. His status for his hitting average was supposed to be like 2.9. People agree now that it should be changed or deleted. What are we going to do? So he talked with his manager. How are we going to fix this miscommunication? Can we sign? Let me teach you some vocabulary baseball signs. I said, okay, let's figure out, okay, B for bunt, S for stealing bases, sacrificial infield fly, it's a sign for that. So a ball would go past while he was batting, and Hoy would have to look and really look at the umpire's mouth and lip read. And by that time, another ball would go by and he would get a strike. So that's why his batting average really went down. The second year, in 1887, he's looking at his manager. The manager says B. Hoy, okay, looks at him and nods. The pitcher throws a ball. It says strike one. So Hoy knows that it's a strike. The other team is like, why isn't he looking? Nope. Hoy knows what to do. B, he knows what to do. He bunts it. Because Hoy and the manager agreed beforehand without shouting. Nope. They were quiet and they just communicated. In 1888, he joined the Washington Senators. It was at the pro level. All the other deaf players were still in the minors. He stole 82 bases. Even today, no one has stolen 82 bases in a season. So a lot happened with the first 2 years of his baseball career. Something funny. He was playing in the outfield, and a ball is coming, hit really, really far. So Hoy's running back. And back then, there was no fence. So people would drive up to the field with their horses and carts and their buggies. So what happened was there was a horse standing there, and Hoy gets on top of the horse and catches the ball. So the ump says, out. The other team, no way, that's not fair. The ump says, well, it never touched the ground. The ball never touched the ground. Interesting. I like that story. Another thing, when he was, during his playing days, 1886 to 1893, with the baseball uniforms, the uniforms were different. So one time, Hoy was trying to catch a ball. It hit his mitt, and it landed right inside his pocket. The ump says, out. The other team's, that's not fair, it hit his glove. And then it went into his pocket. Back and forth, they're arguing. Did the ball hit the ground? Nope. Back and forth, they're just arguing. Hoy's standing there all calm. He can't argue, can't defend himself. They're just continuing to debate. Finally, they said, from then on, pockets were banned. You can have pockets in your pants, but in your shirt, they were no longer permitted. If Hoy hadn't caught a ball in his pocket, maybe the uniforms would still have them. Who knows? He played with famous Pittsburgh shortstop person. His baseball card is worth a lot of money today. Cardmark, famous manager. They helped each other a lot. He would travel with Hoy. They would agree on signs and communication beforehand, how to send signals to each other during the games. Sometimes you see two people in the games, the manager looking at the player, giving him, touching his body in all these different ways. The player looks at the manager, says, okay. Same with Hoy and his manager. Okay, I'm going to give you the sign, sacrifice, hit. Did the other team know what they were saying? No, because they didn't understand sign. The hearing teams would be yelling back and forth, oh, steal the base, Look, he's going to steal, watch. So they already knew because they were screaming it. So they started kind of copying, and there was a lot of influence back and forth. So now all the managers, even today, use those hand signals. And it's because of Dummy Hoy. Where are the signals from? But I have researched it. He's in the outfield. There's left field, right field, and in center field. So if the left field and the right field bump into the center field, it's going to hurt. So he said, I'm the center fielder, and I'm going to yell if I'm going to get it. Remember, he wasn't... He wasn't going to yell. He was going to wave his glove. Because remember, he couldn't talk. He was silently just waving his glove. So then the other players would understand, yes, he's planning to get the ball. He would warn his teammates Oh no. Ah! If you hear me tapping my shoes on the ground, don't be afraid. I'm behind you. I want you to realize that I'm behind you in case you drop the ball. And I'm going to back you up. All right, they really like that. The refs, you have to ask the umpire, do you mind signing strike ball? Sure, yeah, I can do that. The ref, if I see a strike on the right hand, he will use his right hand with a number 1. So now he doesn't have to keep looking at his manager who's standing on the third base line, which is a lot of neck movement. It's much easier if he can just look at the umpire, knows that a strike is on the right hand, a ball is on the left hand. 1 and 1. Then he knows how to deal with all these different signs. Did Dummy Hoy win any championships games? Yes. There was a World Series game. I was researching and arguing. World Series started in 1993, 91, lots of arguing. The World Championships with the Chicago White Sox. First time in history someone did a grand slam. What is that? It means that there's a baseball runner on the first, second, and third base already, and the batter hits the ball out of bounds to make a home run. So all 4 players run around the base and score. It's the first time it happened in the American leagues that he hit a grand slam. Happened in the National Leagues and another league that has since collapsed. But in the World Championship game, where's Dummy Hoy? What was his education and what did he do for his work experience? He studied something. He went in 1882 and he graduated in 1889. 1889, yes. What? He was really skilled at English writing. It was really perfect. His father was very strict. Respect your elders. If you can't understand what someone else is saying, the elders, maybe their facial hair is obstructing their lips and you can't read it, do not criticize them. Remember that they are your elders. He remembered to never criticize. So, what's he going to do? So he would keep paper in his pocket and write messages back and forth to communicate better.